In the years following the Bosnian War, Bosnia and Herzegovina faced profound institutional and economic challenges. The transition from conflict to peace left gaps in governance, weakened law enforcement structures, and widespread economic uncertainty. During this period, organized crime groups began to form and expand, exploiting porous borders, illegal arms circulation, and fragile judicial systems. Criminal networks became involved in activities such as smuggling, extortion, and contract killings. These developments did not occur in isolation, but within a broader regional context marked by instability and slow post-war recovery. Understanding this environment is essential for examining one of the most prominent organized crime cases in modern Bosnian history. Organized crime in Bosnia and Herzegovina has historically been characterized by small but tightly connected groups. These networks often relied on family ties, wartime associations, and regional loyalty. According to law enforcement reports, criminal groups operated across entity lines and maintained contacts with networks in neighboring countries. Their activities range from drug trafficking and robbery to violent enforcement methods. While not all groups were highly centralized, some developed hierarchical leadership structures. Investigators later described certain organizations as functioning with clear roles, including organizers, enforcers, and logistical support members. Ziad Turković emerged in court records as a central figure in one such criminal organization. According to judicial findings, Turkovic was identified as the organizer and leader of a structured criminal group operating primarily in Sarajevo. Prosecutors described him as someone who coordinated activities rather than acting alone. His background, as presented in court, included previous criminal associations and a reputation among investigators as an influential figure within the criminal underworld. These descriptions are based solely on evidence and testimonies presented during formal legal proceedings. Court documents outline allegations that Turkovic's group engaged in multiple serious crimes over several years. These included armed robberies, intimidation, and targeted killings. Prosecutors argued that the group operated systematically, selecting victims and planning actions in advance. The alleged purpose of these acts was to eliminate rivals, silence potential witnesses, and maintain control. It is important to note that these claims were evaluated within the framework of the criminal trial and supported by evidence deemed admissible by the court. Bosnian law enforcement agencies began focusing on Turkovic's group following a series of violent incidents that raised concerns about organized criminal activity. Investigators relied on surveillance, financial tracking, and witness cooperation. According to police statements, the investigation was complex and prolonged, involving coordination between different agencies. Authorities described the case as one of the most demanding organized crime investigations undertaken in the country at that time. A critical element of the investigation involved witness testimonies. Prosecutors presented witnesses who claimed insider knowledge of the criminal organization. Some testified under protective measures due to safety concerns. Defense teams challenged the credibility of these witnesses, raising questions about motives and reliability. The court evaluated these testimonies alongside physical evidence, phone records, and forensic findings. Witness cooperation played a significant role in shaping the prosecution's case. Ziad Turković was arrested as part of a coordinated police operation targeting multiple suspects. Following his arrest, prosecutors filed charges related to organized crime, including responsibility for violent acts carried out by the group. The indictment outlined his alleged role as the organizer who ordered or approved criminal actions. Turkovic denied wrongdoing. As with all defendants, He was presumed innocent until the court reached a verdict. The trial attracted significant public and media attention in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Proceedings were conducted under heightened security. Prosecutors presented extensive evidence, including witness statements, intercepted communications, and forensic analysis. Defense attorneys contested the prosecution's narrative, disputing the interpretation of evidence and the credibility of cooperating witnesses. The trial process extended over a long period, reflecting the complexity of the case. After reviewing the evidence, the court issued a verdict finding Ziad Turković guilty on multiple counts related to organized crime. The judgment concluded that he played a leading role in coordinating criminal activities. The court's reasoning was based on corroborated witness testimonies and material evidence. These findings represent confirmed legal conclusions reached through the judicial process, not allegations. Following the guilty verdict, the court imposed a long-term prison sentence on Turkovic. The sentence reflected the seriousness of the crimes and his role within the organization, as determined by the court. Appeals were filed, as is standard in major criminal cases. Higher courts reviewed procedural and legal aspects before confirming key elements of the verdict. The case generated debate among legal experts and the public. Some discussions focused on the use of cooperating witnesses and plea agreements. Others examined the broader challenges of prosecuting organized crime in post-conflict societies. While the verdict itself remained legally binding, these debates highlighted ongoing questions about judicial practices and witness protection systems. Authorities described the Turkovic case as a turning point in Bosnia's approach to organized crime. Law enforcement agencies emphasized improved coordination and investigative techniques. The case was cited as evidence that complex criminal organizations could be prosecuted through institutional mechanisms rather than extrajudicial means. The trial and conviction had a broader impact on public perception of safety and justice. For many citizens, the case demonstrated that high-profile criminal figures were not beyond the reach of the law. At the same time, it underscored concerns about the depth of organized crime and its roots in post-war conditions. Despite the court's conclusions, certain questions remain part of public discussion. These include the full extent of criminal networks operating during that period and whether all participants were identified. Such questions persist without challenging the legal findings of the case. The case of Ziad Turković stands as one of the most significant organized crime prosecutions in Bosnia and Herzegovina. It reflects the challenges faced by societies emerging from conflict and the complexities of dismantling entrenched criminal networks. While the courts delivered a definitive legal outcome, the case continues to prompt reflection on justice, accountability, and the long-term fight against organized crime.